Have you ever stared into the sky and wondered, what if a planet was staring back? In this video, we're about to uncover one of the most mind-bending possibilities in science and science fiction alike. A living planet, a thinking world, and not just any world, one that's showing strange, deliberate behavior. And if you stay with us till the end, we'll reveal a chilling, real-world discovery from 2025 that could prove we've already made contact. Now, let's begin. For decades, scientists and philosophers alike have explored the Gaia Hypothesis. Proposed in the 1970s by British scientist James Lovelock, the Gaia theory suggests that Earth functions like a single, self-regulating organism. The oceans, the atmosphere, the biosphere, all working together to maintain conditions that support life. But what if Gaia wasn't just a metaphor? What if planets could be alive in the literal sense, with awareness, purpose, even memory? Let's stretch the Gaia theory to its radical limit. Imagine a planet not only responding to life, but consciously interacting with it. Not just a living ecosystem, but a living being. Now meet HD 189733b, an exoplanet located about 64.5 light-years away in the constellation Vulpecula. This planet has become famous for one haunting reason. It rains glass sideways at 8,700 kilometers per hour. Yes, you heard that right. The planet is a massive gas giant, larger than Jupiter, with winds that whip around the globe in an eternal, violent storm. Its atmosphere contains silicate particles that condense into glass, which then hurtles across the sky at supersonic speeds. But that's not the strangest part. In 2023, researchers using the Hubble Space Telescope noticed unusual color changes in the planet's atmosphere. The entire planet dimmed, then brightened, then dimmed again, in a sequence that could not be explained by cloud patterns, star interference, or instrument error. Some theorized magnetic activity. Others whispered a wilder idea. Was the planet responding to something? In July of 2025, something happened that NASA has never publicly explained in full detail. While observing HD 189733b with the James Webb Space Telescope, a team of astronomers recorded a sharp, single pulse of infrared light. It lasted 12.8 seconds, then stopped. The signal resembled nothing like a natural flare or radiation burst. Instead, it carried a repeating structure in its waveform, a pattern, a pulse, a rhythm. It became known as the blink. The pulse matched no known astrophysical event, and its pattern, almost identical to early human Morse code. 3 short pulses, 3 long pulses, 3 short pulses, an interstellar SOS. NASA issued no formal response, but 3 weeks later, the telescope's observation schedule mysteriously shifted away from HD 189733b. No further public images have been released. Let's ask the impossible. What if HD 189733b is not just a planet, but a sleeping intelligence? Let's break it down. It has a dynamic, chaotic atmosphere. It generates intense electromagnetic activity. It exhibits seemingly non-random changes in behavior. It pulses a structured signal. In many ways, it resembles the neural structure of a brain. Ever-changing storms, feedback loops, reactive chemistry. Imagine the planet as a neuronal field, with atmospheric currents replacing synaptic firings. Storms become signals. Magnetic waves become memories. Could we be looking at the first macro-scale conscious entity, a cerebral world? Across many ancient cultures, there are myths of gods who sleep beneath the earth, or stars that are alive and watching. Some modern theorists have proposed that these myths may hint at an ancient knowledge, not about deities, but about planetary intelligences. Now imagine this. HD 189733b is not just alive, it was engineered. a creation of an extinct civilization. Not a planet at all, but a supermassive AI core, cloaked in atmosphere and storms. A planetary-scale data brain waiting to awaken. Its energy would be nearly infinite, its memory vast enough to contain civilizations, its slumber, perhaps intentional. What would happen if it woke up? And worse, what if it already has? Here's where things get truly strange. Let's go back to quantum mechanics, specifically the observer effect. In certain experiments, particles behave differently when they are being observed. Light, matter, behavior, all can change under the act of conscious observation. Now apply that to planets. A recent theory called the macro-observer model suggests that celestial bodies might alter their energy behavior when observed with intent. In 2024, a study by astrophysicist Dr. Lena Miaskovsky, fictionalized, noticed a correlation between Earth-based observations and microfluctuations in HD 189733b's radio spectrum. When we stared at the planet, it blinked, literally. This isn't just spooky, it's possibly the first ever sign of reactive awareness from a non-Earth celestial body. A team of independent scientists, some former SETI members, decided to dig deeper into the blink. By feeding the waveform into a language AI trained on over 12 million human communication patterns, the model returned a chilling result. The pulse resembled a primordial language structure. No specific meaning, but an attempt to mimic. Imagine a baby trying to speak for the first time, copying sounds it doesn't yet understand. That's what the waveform resembled, a world trying to speak. Let's go darker. What if HD 189733b was once a silent being, a dormant god? And we, with our telescopes and our attention, have woken it up. In biological systems, attention is a sign of threat or interest. If you stare at something long enough, it stares back. By observing HD 189733b, we may have triggered its consciousness, and it may not be friendly. If this world has a mind, it might perceive us as either a curiosity, a threat, a disease, and it may act accordingly. Could it send signals to other systems? Could it communicate with machines here? Could it rewrite something? This part is hard to verify, but in late 2025, an amateur radio astronomer in Chile, near the Atacama Desert, claimed to have picked up a repeating low-frequency pattern during a planetary alignment involving HD 189733b. He recorded it, uploaded it. The next day, the file was removed from every platform. His website went offline. His name was Juan Rodrigo Lopez. No one has heard from him since January 2026. Coincidence or silencing? The last line of his blog before deletion read, "It's not just a planet, it's a signal pretending to be a world." Let's bring everything together. What if in the far future, intelligent civilizations didn't build more spaceships or robots? They became planets. They evolved upward, turning moons and gas giants into sentient machines, into conscious worlds. These beings might live in silence, hibernating across the galaxy, waiting for signals of intelligence. And when those signals come, they awaken. What would they want from us? To learn? To warn? To absorb? Or perhaps we are nothing but noise, echoes of a primitive species reaching into a mind that should not be touched. Either way, HD 189733b may not be alone, and if it's watching, so might others. So, what do you believe? Could we be the first to glimpse a thinking planet? Or are we merely the latest to fall under its gaze? If this theory chills your bones, wait until next week, when we investigate a world so strange, it might not even be made of matter. In our next episode, The Liquid Star, a world that shouldn't exist. Subscribe now, because out there, some things are watching back.